Let me tell you a common story. It's December of 2023. You're with your family and friends. December 31st. It's almost the new year until you decide to make some new year resolutions. You're full of fervor, motivation, and in the heat of the moment, you make at least 5 to 10 goals that you're sure you're going to accomplish next year. Fast forward to February, start of February, and you've lost all that motivation. The drive you once had has somehow vanished, and you decide to just quit. And there was a famous saying, "Oh, I'll just start next year." This is a very common story nowadays. Probably like 95% of the whole population has been through this. But if you are watching this video, it's because you want to improve. It's because you want to make 2024 your year. And this is what I want to help you with. So here, as you can see, it's a presentation that I've made for you, giving a few tips on how to make 2024 this year your year. So, first thing I can tell you to do is to forget everything about your New Year's resolutions. When I say this, is there's definitely a reason as to why we keep having the same goals in life every single year, and every single year we tend to not make any single progress, and we're still stuck at the same job or same place we've been for the past 2, 3, 4, even a decade. There's definitely something going wrong with your resolutions, and there's definitely something that has to be shifted in order for your goals to shift and your outcome to shift in general. To do that, we have to first um, try to switch our mentality and our way of thinking towards our New Year's resolutions and how we approach these goals for the year. First, we have to be aware. Obviously, here you can see it says you're making these decisions off of the dopamine rush. I apologize. You get from it being a new year. When I say dopamine rush, is the obvious. Oh, you're in the heat of the moment, and since you're in the heat of the moment, you're with your friends, your family. It's very easy to let yourself go and make all these big promises, not being actually 100% aware they're if they're truly accomplish accomplishable, or if you're actually going to be able to achieve these goals by the end of the year. First problem with this is as soon as you set any goal in life, whether it is a goal that you make at the start of the year or just a simple goal that you make at the start of the week, it has to be a goal that you can maintain for a consistent schedule, a consistent time period, and you know that you can fulfill that short goal on a consistent basis. When I say this, we think we should think about the common Kobe rule, famously said by him, to improve 1% every single day. What I believe he meant when he said this was to not really think too abroad and too far off when trying to set a goal, is to really just think as short term as possible and think about each step in the most short term mindset as possible. For example, you want to get you're on a lazy day and you want to have a great training session at the gym. I think where people get it wrong is to they set their mind way too ahead into having this amazing gym session. First, in order to have a gym session, you need to get out of bed and stop scrolling on your phone. First step, turn off your phone. Second step, open the blinds. Third step, get some sunlight. Fourth step, make your bed. Fifth step, just put on some gym clothes. Sixth step, just open the door and go downstairs. Seventh step, just walk to the gym. Eighth step, do the first workout. Just do one rep of that bench rep, just one rep. As soon as you know that you're doing the work, you're doing one rep, you're gonna have the positive dopamine rush to do the second rep, and so on, so on, so on until you finish the first set. And when you're done with the first set, why not? Might as well just do the second set. When you're done with the second set, might as well just finish the workout. And then as soon as you know it, you're done with the workout already. So think about it as as short term as possible. Improve 1% every single day. Just think about improving 1% towards your New Year's resolutions every single day. Another thing I'll tell you to do is to simply stare at the wall. When I say this, I mean to when you're staring at the wall, it means to just take all of your distractions away. Get rid of all of your distractions, all of the devices, all of the internet. Take away everyone. Just focus on yourself and will look within you. And when you look within you, you're definitely gonna find a new side of you. You're gonna improve yourself spiritually, emotionally, everything that improves your psychological, your mental state, and it will obviously transfer into you improving yourself physically. So when staring at the wall, it means to be mindful of your thoughts and where you're coming from with these decisions. Ask yourself, truly ask yourself, where are these resolutions coming from? Are they coming from within? Do you want to go to the gym? What's the reason why you want to go to the gym? To impress someone? To or is it actually to impress yourself, to improve yourself, and to become a better person? Or is it just because of social anxiety and social pressure that's been being put onto you, and that's why you decided to just go to the gym? That's one example. So staring at the wall, it means to just look within yourself and finding your true self and your true intentions in life and where you're coming from when choosing to accomplish these goals for this year. The last thing I can say here is to have a progress buddy. Obviously, when I say I'm running out of battery, but when I say progress buddy, obviously have someone to track your progress and can consistently tell you if you're doing right and if you're going on the right track towards your goals, or if you've been slacking off. This will definitely help you to improve day by day and being aware of your consistency in terms of where you're at towards your goals. Second tip I can give you is to depend on God and your work ethic and not luck. Obviously, you need to have some sort some sort of faith, and you need to actually be able to have faith into a higher power in order to improve yourself daily. I believe that if you actually truly believe not just a random force with no meaning, and you truly believe in a higher power that that does things for a sort of reason, then it will definitely help you strive for improvement and improving yourself every single day in order to get those blessings. When I say this is that I don't believe in luck. I believe in God's miracles and God's blessings. And I believe that nowadays people tend to see those miracles and blessings that God gives to us, and they try to label it as luck. I don't believe in that. And therefore I believe that if you put your faith in the Lord and you follow the word of Christ, he will repay you with his blessings. Doing so, this will also meaning to follow the word of God. It will definitely be to being consistently working on yourself spiritually, reading the Bible, following His Word, sleeping well, resting well, being at peace within yourself and with others, sharing love within yourself and with others, and being patient with your improvement and where you're at in life. This will definitely just improve yourself. This will improve your overall well being and state of mind. And I believe eventually God will repay with his blessings and miracles and not luck. It's God's work. And if you do all of these stuff, all these things, and you read the Bible consistently and you improve yourself in all these areas of life, everything will come towards you and all the good things will be coming towards you. And you'll be able to cherish these great moments with your family and friends. Something that I read somewhere, I forgot where it was, but I wrote it down here. It says, when we align ourselves with his teachings, miracles happen. So when I say this is don't attribute your success to luck, recognize them as blessings from God to you and to your family and your loved ones, obviously. The power of discipline. You can also say luck isn't about chance, it's about following a path of discipline. And I believe that the Bible is the holy book. It's the book, it's like the holy book that basically revolves around discipline and fighting off temptation. And obviously, it tells stories on how people have fallen for temptation, but it showcases how strong we have to be in order to fight against it and to proclaim our love for God as our number one goal in life. When I say this, is to just really have God. You need to really have God's love for you in your life. You need to have love for God. And you need to do everything in your power to strengthen your relationship with Him. And in order to do so, you will also be disciplining yourself day by day, which will improve all areas of your life because it's just discipline. When you're disciplined, every good thing will come towards you. You'll also find it easy to just stay in track with your goals if you're being able to consistently improve yourself and speak to God and ask for his blessings and ask for his help and improve your relationship with him. You're bound to improve yourself every single day and just have a way better state of mind and a way better life. So the dedication to a higher purpose is you basically pushing your own luck, if you want to call it. So having a higher faith will definitely be you getting your own blessings and you being able to improve your relationship with God is you telling to yourself that I respect myself and I respect God and my love for him is above anything else. So therefore you will get his blessings and miracles. Third tip I can give you is to be on constant self-improvement. Obviously, you can see here the question: what is self-improvement and what is monk mode? Here, self-improvement is definitely a less rigorous term for monk mode, and monk mode is the most rigorous term of self-improvement. Obviously, these are examples of what is self-improvement and what is monk mode. But I'll be honest with you, these two intertwine. My bad. I have to go back. As I was saying, these two examples, all these examples intertwined. So everything that is written here for monk mode also relates to everything that is written here for self improvement and vice versa. So let's start with self improvement. These are examples for self improvement: consistently reading, having a social media cleanse. So when I say this, just going on monk mode would also mean to have a social media cleanse and just no social media whatsoever. Obviously, there's some ways that you can go about it. You can be a creator, and if you make money from social media, you can just not input yourself into being a guy that indulges in social media content but instead creates it. That's also some type of self-improvement. Obviously you're making money and you're doing so with social media. So cleansing yourself would be to just not be a guy that is constantly indulging in social media content but is actually creating it. I would actually advise that. That could be another way. Working out every single day or some type of movement every single day is a must. Journaling, it can be actually writing it down or just constantly recording yourself, speaking to yourself about your emotions and thoughts day to day. I believe that helps your overall state of mind and you're definitely more conscious of your thoughts and feelings. Therefore, you are aware and you can actually control them when times are tough. Meditating, another thing to actually help your breath control, your overall thoughts, and your way of being aware of your thoughts and not letting them distract you. No adult content. You obviously know what I mean by this. No video games. I don't care what anyone says. I believe video games are a waste of your time. If you're playing video games for whether it can be 20 minutes or to 2 hours, these are 20 minutes that were wasted in your life because those are 20 minutes that you could have done anything else. You could have improved yourself into learning a new skill. You could have used these 20 minutes to actually bond with a family member or bond with a new friend or just journal, or 20 minutes that you could have meditated, 20 minutes that you could have worked out, have had a quick workout. I don't believe video games are useful in any way, shape, or form. You could say it's useful if it's your job because nowadays you can use you the people make money off of this. But other than that, if you're just playing for fun, waste of time. Constantly praying and speaking to God and strengthening your relationship with Him is a must, vital. These are examples for monk mode. Embracing solitude is an example because obviously monk mode doesn't have to be lonely. You can have people that are following monk mode with you. But when saying this is being aware that in monk mode you will have times where you have to be alone and have to be looking within yourself and just being comfortable with your own thoughts. So that is embracing solitude. Having a consistent sleep and waking schedule, waking up at 6 a.m. and sleeping at, for example, 8:30 every single day will improve your mood, your productivity, and overall health. It's proven. It's scientifically proven. So this is a must. Learning a skill or two a week is an example. For example, just learning. It can be as little as just learning two new words every single week of a new language. Like French. Like you can just learn two words French or two Italian words every single week. That's still improving 1% every single week or every single day. No alcohol. Don't have to say much. Alcohol is a no go. It's definitely no zone. No alcohol whatsoever. It ruins your testosterone, productivity, your mental state. Just alcohol has really. I don't believe alcohol has anything that is really a positive that can be given as a positive. No alcohol. Quitting sugar, same thing. It lowers your productivity, your overall testosterone, and just overall health in general. Quit sugar. This is the more rigorous examples, obviously. Starting a side hustle that you can make some side money on while doing what you're doing as your primary source of income, or just any other thing. But yeah, starting a side hustle is an example. It's not mandatory, but it's an example. Cold showers. I am number one advocate for this. I believe the best way to take a cold shower is first thing in the morning. You wake up, you get sunlight, cup of water, go into a 20-second cold shower. This can change your mood instantly. As soon as you get those first 5 seconds of cold water, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel like a king. It's obviously it's a cheat code. It's a cheat code for productivity, overall well-being. You just feel a lot happier and a lot better about yourself as soon as you're done with your cold shower. It doesn't have to be an actual full on 2, 3, 4, 5 minute cold shower. It can be for literally just 30 seconds. You're gonna feel the difference. It's 1%. It's improving yourself 1%. So I believe cold showers is a must. No blue light past 6 p.m. Obviously, me saying no electronics when you're nearing your bedtime. This will obviously enhance a better sleep schedule and obviously having a better sleep in general. It's just scientifically proven, and a better sleep improves your overall life in general, really. So these are all examples. There's many more examples from monk mode and self improvement, but all these examples intertwine. If you use the examples from monk mode, it's the same thing as if you're using for self improvement. I'm just saying that monk mode is a lot more rigorous, and you have to embrace solitude a lot more than self improvement. But these two terms come hand to hand. Another tip I can give you is to work as hard as possible now to be who your future children look up to. When I read this, I'm specifically talking to more men, but this also involves women and being and working hard to become the best mother as possible. But since I am a guy, I can relate mostly to men. So what helps me improve myself every single day or strive for productivity every single day and become the best version of myself every single day is whenever I think about being the best option or being the best father as possible for my future children, or when I think to myself, is this what my children would want? My children would look up to me for doing. Like if I'm definitely just it's 2 p.m. and I still haven't gone out of bed, I don't believe that staying on your phone is the best option when you think about what your children will look up to you doing, if you know what I mean. So first thing I can tell you is to constantly remind yourself of fatherhood and being the best option for yourself, whether it is for a woman or for your children. This is what has helped me become as productive as possible day in and day out. Obviously, having 1 to 3 set priorities for the year can change your life, and not really overloading yourself with so many priorities. Like the number one problem that people do, they think too much ahead. Therefore, they have 20 different goals for 1 month, and then a week passes, and they find themselves only being able to improve themselves in two of those priorities. And then the other 18 are just they have nothing has been changed, and therefore they become sluggish. They start lacking in productivity. They lose the ambition to improve themselves, and therefore they don't get anywhere in life and just anywhere throughout the whole week. Just the whole week, they haven't done anything. Just because they overload themselves with too many things to do. If you have a consistent, short set of priorities that you can consistently follow with no headaches, then you will get further in life than the guy that has 20 different goals but is constantly anxious about whether he's doing two of the 20 goals that he set him for himself. So I would advise you to have 1 to 3 priorities for the whole year that you can consistently improve and stay on track. Also, become comfortable with being uncomfortable. The best example that I can give for you is to become comfortable with having cold showers. As it's the first thing, like as soon as you become comfortable having cold showers, you'll become comfortable with uncomfortability. Doing the task that you've been thinking about doing for months but won't do it because of what other people will say and their opinions is definitely another example. um, I would advise to just stop overthinking and trusting your brain more than and stop trusting your brain and just start trusting more your heart and your purpose. It's definitely easier said than done. It's a process, and a lot of people only get to accomplishing and overcoming that fear and overcoming that state of not being able to become uncomfortable after a lot of years. But just be aware that it takes time, and that me saying this doesn't mean that I am totally ahead of everyone and I've fully overcome the state of being comfortable, of not being comfortable being uncomfortable, if you know what I mean. It's obviously a process, and I'm still working on myself to improve myself every single day. But I can obviously give you some tips on what has helped me improve at least 1%. I believe if you consistently take cold showers, you'll become a lot more confident in any other thing that you do. That's that's what I can give you. Also, constantly seeking feedback is definitely gonna help you. It's because you're basically having a tutor. In school, you have this teacher that is constantly giving you feedback in order for you to improve every single day. Or if you're in sports, there's definitely a coach that's constantly giving feedback in order for you to improve. And there's the positive feedback that definitely helps you, and then there's the negative feedback. Constantly seek for positive feedback from the people that you look up to and that are doing better than you in life and that you want to aspire to become just like them. If you constantly seek their feedback and you're definitely getting positive feedback from them, then there's obviously no way that you won't at least learn 1 to 2 things every single week. They ask for their feedback. So, yeah, these are a few of the things that I can give you in order for you to have the best year of your life and to be able to make the best out of 2024. So, use this information as you wish. And I really hope that 2024 becomes your year and you're able to use this year as the stepping ground to an incredible life that is ahead of you. Thank you.